Okay, we're gonna try something a little different now. Gotta update that. So let's flip that over to say, nope, that's right. What much of a okay. Let's get my phone back up for my stream manager. So, what are we doing? We are gonna try out something entirely different. I'm gonna see if I can stream Kaizo without it being an absolute lag fest. And fingers crossed that works out, and if not, then we'll go from there. I need to just flip my monitor inputs back to working, because they currently are not. Oh. Something isn't quite working properly. What's happening here? Can I get monitor in my feed? Not quite. Edit advanced audio properties. Let's see, maybe if I test Nessie on monitor. Oh, I did not like that. Check. Check. Hello? Hello? Check. I think I can hear myself echoing, but I'm not entirely sure. Check. Nope. Okay. Maybe unplug and replug. Check. Oh, this is going great so far. Default monitor, and then back to external headphones. Okay, well, I'll try playing without sound. We'll see how that goes. Alright, well, let's get into it. This is also a lag check. I have no idea how bad the lag is going to be on this. Let's start a new game file so we can at least get through the title screen. And fingers crossed this doesn't suck. Also, ooh, that audio is loud. Let's go with that. Oh, right. Pauses every time I adjust anything on my streaming side. So there we go. Ooh, that's still very loud audio, even at -8. Alright. Bring that back to there. Yeah. Am I not active again? There we go. Alright, the render time, not the greatest, but it looks like it's holding okay. It's kind of right at the frame line. Alright, we're gonna slam our heads against this wall for a while. I'll be here until noon trying this out. Feel free to ask any questions if you have them. This is a bit of me rediscovering the game. I've played a little bit of Kaizo, but it's been a while. Dang it. Gotta go through the gap. Okay. So that's good. Fast wall there. Jump over that. Jump. Fast wall that as well. Okay. Cool. Jump. Fast ball over here. Yep. Making progress. Almost. Okay. Well, it looks like we're not losing any additional frames to rendering lag. The computer's a little unhappy with me with how long it takes to render, but we'll have to check that through when I watched this stream back in about 50 minutes to see how bad the lag actually was. I really should be probably trying to spin jump through here. Yeah. Ah, a little too long off that. Okay. Alright, that's working out. Yeah. Not getting my reaction time quite fast enough off of that. I know what I need to do. I'm just failing to get it. Oh, you know what? This is a fresher gameplay. Let's hit the message box. Instant retry, deal with it. Great. I knew that wasn't critical in any way, shape, or form. So for those watching this, this is a ROM hack. So custom-made levels and everything like that of Super Mario World. This one is from, I want to say 2019, Grand Poo World 2. This was one of the ones that I first watched all the way to completion. I have not played any of it past like the opening few minutes of the first, or opening few seconds, I should say, of the first level. Heyo, got one. No, almost. I think I came off the ground platform a little early. And basically what this is it is mixed and remixed Super Mario World that's been made way harder than it has any right to be. Okay, I gotta jump off of that to get another swing. Grand Poo World 2, this isn't really a blind playthrough. I've watched a lot of people speedrun this a ton of times and blind playthrough this a ton of times. But for me, I'm not super great at it, so kind of knowing what's ahead of me is useful. I will die a lot. I will likely not complete a level today. This is going to probably be something I throw my head at a fair bit, because I'm just not quite as good as that, and this is pretty high on the difficulty curve for how these sorts of hacks go. Although it's fairly forgiving in certain respects, at least in this first level. I also know that the first level is one of the more difficult ones, because it's gating your ability to play. No, I shouldn't say more difficult, but it's a steeper difficulty than some of the levels that come close to or immediately after it. Just to sort of gate your difficulty. Like, if you can't get through this without getting tilted, you're gonna have a bad time, and maybe you should consider something else. I've played a couple of other ROM hacks before, not on stream, but all the way to completion. So both Quickie Worlds, Akagare, Mario World 1, I think there's 2 now, although I have not played that. And most of the way through Invictus, if any of those terms mean anything to you. I got lost on Absolute Power. Did not manage to get through Absolute Power, and at this point I'm rusty enough that I probably have to go through and replay a fair bit of Invictus prior to Absolute Power to even have half a shot at beating it. Hey, there we go. Ah. Oh yeah, it's gotta be a spin jump. And now it'll be another 5 minutes before I get back there. Well, you know what? We're making good progress. This is honestly better than I would have expected myself to do, coming in pretty cold on Kaizo for about, what, 10 minutes of being back alive on this? Would not have expected myself to have made it quite this far. So yeah, we're just gonna keep slamming our head against this, and try not to get too angry at ourselves, and try to remember what I have to do at each phase of this. I really should be spin jumping through that. It would make my life so much easier. Okay, 1, 2. One of the things, I'm not the best person to talk about this, but I also respect that most of the people who are watching here are probably not Kaizo players. One of the things that makes Kaizo Mario World so interesting to me is the fact that Super Mario World is, in my opinion, what I would call wildly over-engineered. The number of different techniques, functions, features, ways that certain mechanics are coded into the game is just, like, absolutely wild. And so you can do a lot of very interesting things based around that, like the fact that you jump faster or slower depending on if you're holding the jump button or not, and that affects things like what is your jump height based on how quickly you press the button off the jump, how quickly you fall, so you can create these timed obstacles that rely on you getting off the controls at a certain speed, or re-grabs, so you have to like make a short jump to not jump too high, but then immediately grab the jump button so that you float for a little bit so you can kind of go further distances and stuff like that. And just like, for a game that was made in the late 80s to early 90s, I think it was like a 91 release in the US, but I don't remember what it was in Japan, or maybe it was 91 in Japan. It's just like, and on an 8-bit machine no less, it just was like a wild amount of content and information slammed against itself to make all of these different things happen. And that's not even getting into some of the power-ups, like how absolutely ridiculous the cave is. The number of different features built into the cave, whether intentionally or not, it's just kind of absurd. You know, yeah, I shouldn't be spin jumping there. I should really start to get into the habit of it, because I can basically roll full spin jump, versus I have to keep kind of guesstimating the jump or a normal jump. Hey, there we go. Oh, spin jump. If I spin jump there, I don't have to panic. I can just pull it. Nope. Okay, well, that worked out. Oh, I have to come back. Okay. Right. It's all coming back to me. Nope. Completely missed that one. Here we go. Jump, jump. Over. I also have a bit of a problem. Admittedly, this is probably not just me, but I know that I uniquely struggle with it, of like hard pressing the controller, which just wears out my hands faster, and frankly probably also the controller faster. Oh, almost. I have to be quicker off that jump. We're getting more consistent though. Part of the name of this game and playing things like this is the things that you struggle to clear immediately, you just have to slowly get better at doing it and commit to muscle memory further, because otherwise you're gonna go crazy. I needed to pull back further. I started to overcorrect for heading back a little too fast. Well, almost. Okay. That's good. That's good. Oh, a little too late on that exchange again. Okay. Wow. Take out the jimmies. Ah. I'm over-pulling that. I'm trying to get to the right-hand side of that great platform a little too fast, and that's causing me to, like, almost clip to the side of the platform. I know clipping isn't the right way to think about that, but, like, it's what it feels like. I should go for all of them. I know there is a shortcut, I've seen enough speedrunners do it, where you can skip one of those, the one on the far right, but I shouldn't pretend that I have the skill in which to do that. Ah! Okay. Whoa, whoa, okay. I was a little too fast off the jump there, and got myself into a bad spot. There we go. Ah, okay. Probably continuing the spin jumps there, given how tight the ceiling muncher is. where my head would be hitting if I tried to do that otherwise. Ah, I shouldn't have run so fast. Yeah, that's one of the tricky things with stuff like this, is if the level is tight enough, then you can very easily get yourself into a place where you overcommit a little too soon, and then ram your head into a wall, as I did there. Jump, over. Whew. Got that a little too close. Okay. Jump. Over. Jump. Jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! Okay, I hit the floor there, so I probably can't spin jump that one. That probably does have to be a normal jump re-grab. Making a lot of good progress, though. Oh, hey, oh! Just completely gapped it. Okay. I mean, we're making a lot of good progress. Also, he gaps the platform. There we go. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, too low. Oh, but hey, I know where that is. That midway's like right after that. That is almost massive progress. Okay. Jump over here, jump over here. Bah. Okay. Let's see how quickly I can get back to that point. Some of this, after a while, you just have to commit to instinct, is what I found. If you think too hard about it, you're more liable to mess yourself up. Or at least that's the case with me. I find that like my instinctual approach to playing a lot of this ends up being pretty good. When I was first getting myself into Kaizo with Grand Poo World, and I didn't fully understand all the mechanics and everything like that, I would occasionally just be like, okay, I'm going to pull back, I'm not going to focus too closely on, like, looking at every detail on the screen, I'm just going to let myself kind of absorb the situation, and just trust that I have good instincts for positioning, and usually when I did that, it actually worked out better. Weirdly, the one time I played beer pong in university, it was the same thing. I just zoned out. It was like, okay, if I defocus and trust that I have a sense of how to throw these things, and not try and like overthink the arc and my power and everything like that, it'll go better, and that was when I played better. So, you know, trust your instincts, I guess is what I'm saying. You do have to like pay a little bit of attention. There is strategy and like mental thinking that goes into something like this. Like, for example, there I'm feeling on an intuition a little bit too much, and my intuition is telling me to pull earlier, and that's not right, and a few times it's worked out for me. I've gotten there faster, but that's not reliable, so I need to at least be a little more attentive to, like, don't pull until I've actually hit and connected with the thing. There we go. Whoa. A little tight there. But there I overpulled because I was waiting on making sure that I hit it, and the result was I didn't have enough airspace to get back to the shell. Ah. Okay. I can feel I'm at that point. It's weird. It's like two beats that are not entirely in sync, and every now and then they sync up just because that's how like phasing works and beat frequency works. And I honestly find sometimes playing this is like that, where like you get your body in a certain sync with your brain and your hands and what's happening on the screen, and sometimes you can have really good runs of things, and sometimes the sync just gets a little off, and then you keep making the same mistake kind of over again. It's not entirely like a full tilt death spiral, as I know some people who play these games a lot can speak to, of like, oh, you start to die once and it makes you question your decisions and everything like that. Because usually, at least when I've seen those sorts of death spirals, they happen kind of all over the place in the level. You start dying a lot on one obstacle and then it feeds back into everything else you're doing, but this has really been localized to just that piranha plant for me. Well, mostly. And so I don't feel like it's that. Also, I'm not good enough at this game to pretend that the death spiral isn't also just like the base mode of playing it. Okay. Oh, fell a little too asleep at the wheel there, jumping into that. I will have to get to the bottom of why I don't have sound right now, because that is annoying. I do wish that I could hear the audio that's coming out. Ah. There we go. Okay. Jump, little jump man. Aha! Got a hit. Oh, I panicked. I thought I had missed that block at the bottom. Well, that's good. We got past the piranha again. We're slowly going back to making progress. I gotta jinx myself every time I say that, aren't I? Okay. Jump, jump. Fastball. We'll grab over there. Jump over that. Yep. Ah. Ah, there we go. Oh, I'm vaping out. Okay. Alright, focus up. Don't keep making the same mistakes. Ah, I overheld that. Okay. I feel like that one jump further on that I keep dying to probably should be spin jump, and I'm just not moving fast enough off of it if I feel like I need the full jump to be able to survive it. I mean, anyways, if I keep playing this sort of a game frequently enough, I'll slowly progress my skills, so... Ah! The overskip, it almost worked completely by accident. What? Okay. Ready? I'm honestly surprised I don't die to that, like, scoop in off the platform more, because that's the sort of thing that, like, feels the weirdest to me. Like, you're falling and you're just, like, propelling yourself forward in space because that's how the game's been programmed, sort of energy. Ah. Jump too late. A lot of this also comes down to just being very, very familiar with certain mechanics in the game, so like understanding the differences between spin jumps and what you can spin jump off of, and normal jumps and what you can normal jump off of, and the different heights of those jumps, which is a thing. Ah. And like those platforms, if you grab onto them, they yank you down, because your feet kind of glued to the floor, but you need to be on the floor in order to jump off of it again, so there's a really fast fast exchange that has to happen as part of that. And it can be pretty frustrating if you're missing it, which I was in that case. Holding up okay though. I also think if I probably only play this on the weekends when I'm streaming and like a little bit of practice Rust Kaizo. Oops. So as an example there, I spun jump to try and not go too high, which you can't do because you spin jump on the Goomba and it just disintegrates and you fall right through. Everyone knows your feet are more powerful if you're rotating at high velocity. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me was last time I tried playing Kaizo regularly, and it wasn't on the stream, it was just in general, cramping. Wrist and hand cramping all up and down the board. Which, if I'm a little more cautious about how much I play, and I mostly limit it to my weekends when I'm streaming, just switch something like Grand Poo World 2, probably if I actually put myself playing through this instead of just using it to test this today, I would in fact probably only play this while I'm on stream, in the same way I try and preserve like progress in the Hitman story to being on stream. I might be able to feign off getting those wrist cramps again, which is what I was trying to say. Last time I did this I was playing basic game today. I'm gonna have to check a couple of things out, because this is very definitely taking a little more effort for my computer to both stream and render the game. And I'll have to check back on the stream later to see if, you know, it's not saying there's errors, it's not saying that I'm losing a lot to rendering lag. I've dropped, you know, a few frames since starting this up. But like a couple of drop frames here and there for a streamer at my level, which is low, is not really a concern. So I guess it's mostly like, is the video feeling very laggy even in the stream because frames are not dropping? Which I'll have to just check out. I honestly don't know. Okay. My hand cramped up out of nervousness a little bit, and my finger got stuck on the jump button, so instead of like pulling off of it to hit jump again, I was just like kind of wobbling my finger back and forth on the jump button. Which does not work. Doesn't sense that you're changing inputs. Alright. Jump over and over. Back. You can definitely tell there's a little bit of like visual effort that my computer is trying to manage out. It's probably because I'm upscaling to this monitor. Oh, almost a little too late off of that. Okay. A little too much nervous energy, panic. I'm actually a little sad. You know, I saw the last few jumps before the midway. I know I'm not going to get that first try, more likely than not. I know this midway is pretty trolly. And it's taking me a lot of effort to get back to that. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to midway before noon, and I'm a little less confident about that now. But if I can't, such is life. Maybe if I... No, because I feel like if I try to do a regrab there, I won't actually pull back to the piranha close enough. Because my issue is a mix of, like, I'm not getting enough space back to the piranha, and I'm not getting enough height off the jump back off the piranha. Nope, that wasn't quite it either. Alright, gonna have to keep giving this one a good, honest try. Nope, still hitting that a little low. can only think of like one place to speed it up a little bit. And that's just on me to figure out how I get enough. There we go. Ah! Actually, I guess there's two places I can speed it up a little bit. Because one is I've got to come off the numbered platform faster, which is a little easier for me to do. But then the other is as I'm falling down to that Koopa right after that, I need to re-grab later, so I don't float quite as much, so I can grab the platform to spin jump off of it earlier, which will get me to the Piranha Plant earlier, and make that whole exchange a little easier. I was almost it. I weenied out at the very end there. But that in general felt better. But you can see what I mean though, like you can pretty easily start to overthink a lot of this. Hey, there we go. Ah, I should have spun. Dang it. Especially because like the next jump after that needs to be a spin jump, and the one after that I think needs to be a spin jump as well. I think. We'll find out. Only had to do those once, and I was flying on instinct and not really processing my options, and so I'm not 100% sure. Well, that audio is still coming in hot off the game. I'm gonna pause on the next step, and I will fix that. Okay, let's bring it back down even further. Let's say 20. Trying to think about like where I match this audio to how loud I tend to talk once I get caught up in gaming, because my default is to downspeak a little bit, and I brought the mic closer to my face to allow for that, but it's all kind of for naught if the game audio is too loud. You know what? I'm pulling right too fast off of it. So my issue is not that the spin jump's not getting me high enough, it's that I'm not giving myself enough time to gather the height before hitting the spin jump, I think. Ah! That one was good, I just wasn't starting my return pull quite fast enough. Okay. There, there. Ah, gapped it. Okay, through there. Dang it. Ah, slammed. Okay. Bump, bump. Okay, there we go. Through that. Through that. I was already a little late off the jump there. Would have been really tough to get it back. Ah. Okay. Didn't do that properly. Made it work. Died immediately afterwards. I'm not entirely sure if using half my brain power to think about the words I'm saying is making me better or worse at actually playing this. Oh. Whoa. Alright, come on, brain. Get this right. Come on, brain. Be so smart. This isn't really a function of intelligence. I don't know why I'm treating it like that. Okay. Closer. The more I think about that jump, the worse it's getting for me. So this is, yeah. Like I was saying a little earlier, I'm going to pull back for a minute. I'm going to just let my brain kind of do what it wants to do off of this section. Which is hard to do because I get there and I have this instinctual reaction to just like kick in and actually focus. And so if I want to like leave it up to fate, I have to really trust that, but it's hard. Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe it's like the happy medium of like, don't put too much brain power into it. When you get there, just like take the version of it that feels like relaxing and don't think about trying to process in too much of the information. Because like this section, I'm feeling pretty good about. I still make mistakes there sometimes, but and in a couple of other places, but it's less and less common. The beginning feels very comfortable now. Ah. Okay, I'm getting the sequence up until re-jumping off of the platform. Right? I think I probably need to tune my brain back in a little bit for that. Aha! Ah! Okay. Let's see what we can do. Readjust the chair position. Get serious. Okay. Up and over. Oh, oh, oh! Aha! Ah! Almost. That's the second time I've gotten there. We are, once again, making a little bit of progress. I mean, technically no, because that's as far as I've been before, but getting back there for the first time in 15 minutes feels nice. Okay. Over, jump, back, loop-de-loop, pull. Oh hey, 3 times. I ran too fast. Ran too fast, was already off the platform by the time I pressed jump. Okay. Getting there. We're making it. Getting closer. 2 times nearly in a row. That felt good. Still don't feel like I have 100% of a grasp on this part, but it's getting more consistent. That, at least, is not chopping me up as much anymore. Okay, that was progress. Hit the top of that munger that time. Maybe it's a delay thing, if I give that platform a little bit more time to pop down. Okay. I didn't pull back fast enough. Okay. Getting there, getting there, getting there, getting there. We made that progress 3 times in like a minute and a half. So that's feeling great. Okay. Ah, dang it. Ah, I was so close on that. I mean, I don't know, close to what? I don't know why that was what my brain instinctively decided to try and say. What? Okay. wasn't really close to anything. Close to making that jump, I guess? I don't know. Come on, brain. Come on. Come on, brain. Aha. Have enough. Okay. Great, we're back here. Ah, stop running into the frickin' muncher on that edge. Too eager. Still, 4 times in the last 5 minutes. Proof of growth. Proof of consistency. Proof that I'm still not perfect at the things that screwed me up before. I will say, though, the one kind of nice thing about these games is that, I mean, you can say this about any game, but you really only need one successful run. You only need to get it right one time, putting it all together in sequence, and then you're good. I stopped paying attention. Aha. Alright. Didn't pull back far enough. I was nervous. I felt like I was over too far left off the first bounce, and so I tried to overcorrect, which you can't. You're going the opposite direction. So if you get yourself over too right, then you're just gonna miss the piranha plant entirely. Babied it. Whoa, oh, okay. I really felt like I had gone too slow off a lot of the pieces there. I figured I was dead. Ah! Yeah, that felt all wrong. Okay. Nope, not quite. Completely and utterly bad. Alright, well, we're gonna give this a few more minutes. If I keep making progress and get close to the halfway, I might, or the midway, I might keep going after that, but otherwise I'll probably cut it at noon, just so I can go get lunch. And as I say that, damn it! That fucking jump! Ah! Jinxed myself. I am definitely in that, like, same overthinky headspace there as I was in with the piranha plant about 10 minutes ago. I guess my big worry is if I leave this and I come back to it, like, even tomorrow maybe, will I have de-rusted, or will I have re-rusted so much that it's still going to take me the better part of an hour to come back at this? And I legitimately don't know. Probably not. They'll probably be fresher, more recent muscle memory, but I'm not confident. Okay. Okay, good. I overpulled on that one. I hit the death block. Sad. Sad face. Sad face, man. Whoa. Whoa. Ah, so close. Okay, come on. little bit more in you. You got some in the tank still. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Ah, I slammed into the muncher. That muncher messes me up more than any individual other thing on this level. That's not true, but it feels like it. Especially now that that's becoming my real roadblock. It's also not even something where, like, I could look up, like, oh, I don't understand how to get around this. You know, let's look at other people who have completed this successfully and how do they do it. I know exactly how to get around it. I just am completely failing to do it. Okay. I mean, part of it as well, and I'm not giving myself enough credit where credit is probably due, is that Grand Poo World 2 has pretty long halves to levels, and pretty long levels in general. So, like, comparatively to, like, Quickie or Agakara, which are the ones I've played before, there's a lot more I have to just string together to be able to get to a midway. Back! 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 Those falling platforms, they are noxious little fuckers. Okay. Get tilted. Getting tilted leads to bad gameplay. Such as that. Alright, 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 getting in. Yeah, this is... I gotta stop talking. I gotta stop getting, like, anywhere close to saying this is feeling good. Because it just always, immediately, cut a jump short, land on a muncher, over on a falling platform, something. Bringing it on myself. 100% jinxing myself. Okay. Back. Okay. Yeah. What was that noise? Okay. Is that the one that's the skip one? You skipped the left one, not the right one? I think maybe you skipped the left one, not the right one. You need to go to the right one to, like, the act of going that far over takes up enough speed that, the block has time to get there, maybe? Again, not that I'm gonna try and skip, I don't... That's a speed strat, it doesn't really actually gain you anything, I think it actually makes it harder. Okay. Yeah, this might be a pause and stop. Buh. Okay. Alright, a few minutes left before we call it a day for today. I think just being realistic, the 50 minutes here was not enough for me to get the midway. Good, valiant effort, but it's not gonna happen. Blah. That jump's so tight that I think like there's a bit of panic off that first block where you really don't think you're gonna get it, and so it just freezes your fingers up enough. I also gotta get better about that moving platform, that like gray falling platform right here. This, you know, for something in as early in the level as it is, and for something that's as generally straightforward as it is, it stops me up way too much. Those deaths are maybe the most frustrating ones, I'd say. I mean, they're not. They're up there on the list, though, because it feels easy. It feels like something, I mean, I do it so much at this point, playing this level over and over again, that it feels like it's the death that I should be getting faster at. Not faster, better at? Not dying as much there? That's what I'm trying to say. Speaking while doing this is tricky and emotionally tiring. Whew. Okay. There we go. Okay, okay, okay. Frickin' hit the muncher again. Dang it. Okay. Go back to there. Alright. Not quite. We're close. We are so close. I can feel like there's just like breakthrough that's not happening. It's making me antsy to try and go faster, and I shouldn't go faster because some of these things there's just a timing to. Ooh. Too far back. Alright, well we got a little under a minute left. Probably like 3 more tries, called 3 more tries. And if I make progress, maybe different story, maybe give it another 5 minutes off of progress, but I don't think that's especially likely. That's 1. I'm not going to count tries if I die here. Okay. Didn't die there. Good. That's 2. And magical, this is going to be my last run. Powers? Nope, not counting runs that die there, so it's still 2. That's just me looking away from the screen. Real last run. I did call my shot on not counting the ones where I died here, so I don't feel bad about that. Okay, recovered. That's it. Okay. Well, this was good. This was a solid experience. Let's quit out of the level. And let's head back here to the save house. Not that there's anything to save, it's just going to make me feel like I've made good completion for the day. Hit the block to the left. Okay. And that's going to be it. So thank you. Thank you for coming out and watching. If you were here for this, I'm going to go double check my stream in a minute or two once it's closed itself out, see how good or bad this video was, and make a decision from there as to whether or not we continue doing Kaizo. That's an open question. But yeah, we'll figure it out. And thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.